Throughout history, warfare has evolved with advancements in technology, strategy, and tactics. One of the most intriguing and covert methods of military invasion has been the use of underground tunnels. Digging tunnels to invade enemy territory is a strategy as old as siege warfare itself, dating back to ancient times when attackers would undermine the walls of fortified cities. However, in modern times, tunnels have taken on a new level of sophistication, becoming highly strategic assets in conflicts. From World War I and World War II to the Vietnam War and beyond, the use of underground tunnels has demonstrated how military forces can exploit the very ground beneath their enemy's feet to gain a tactical advantage. The concept of tunneling as a means of military invasion is deeply rooted in history. During medieval times, attackers would dig tunnels under the walls of castles to weaken and collapse them, allowing an invading force to breach a city's defenses. This technique, known as sapping, involved placing wooden supports inside the tunnel and then setting them on fire, causing the structure above to crumble. A significant example of tunneling being used for military advantage can be found in World War I, where both Allied and Central powers engaged in underground warfare along the Western Front. The Battle of Messines in 1917 is a prime example, where British forces spent over a year digging an elaborate network of tunnels under German lines in Belgium. They packed these tunnels with nearly 1 million pounds of explosives and detonated them simultaneously, causing one of the most massive non-nuclear explosions in history. The resulting blast killed over 10,000 German soldiers and allowed the British to advance. In more modern conflicts, tunnel warfare has been extensively utilized. The Viet Cong in the Vietnam War constructed an extensive network of tunnels to evade American forces, transport supplies, and launch surprise attacks. These tunnels, some stretching for miles, allowed guerrilla fighters to move undetected, making it nearly impossible for U.S. forces to engage them directly. More recently, tunnels have been used by insurgent groups in the Middle East to smuggle weapons and launch surprise attacks against military forces. While the concept of tunneling under enemy lines remains the same, modern tunnel invasions are significantly more complex due to advancements in surveillance, ground-penetrating radar, and seismic detection systems. To successfully execute an invasion via tunnel, an attacking force must first determine the geological and logistical feasibility of such an operation. Digging a tunnel deep enough to avoid detection requires an understanding of the soil and rock composition. Loose soil can cause collapses, while hard rock formations can slow down progress significantly. In some cases, underground rivers or water tables can flood tunnels, rendering them useless. Unlike ancient times, modern tunneling requires advanced machinery such as tunnel boring machines, TBMs, which can cut through rock with precision. However, in a covert military operation, the use of such large equipment is often impractical due to noise and heat signatures that can be detected by surveillance systems. Instead, smaller-scale excavation methods must be employed using hand tools or small drills to avoid detection. Tunnels require a continuous supply of oxygen for workers, as well as a way to remove carbon dioxide and other gases that accumulate underground. Military engineers must design ventilation systems that do not emit detectable heat signatures or noise. Additionally, tunnels must be reinforced to prevent collapses, especially if they pass beneath structures or roads. Despite the effectiveness of tunnels, they come with significant risks and challenges. One of the most critical issues is concealment. Modern technology has made it increasingly difficult to dig secret tunnels without being detected. Nations employ ground-penetrating radar, acoustic sensors, and seismic detectors to monitor underground activity. These technologies are designed to detect the vibrations caused by digging and movement within a tunnel, allowing defenders to locate and neutralize threats before they become operational. To counteract detection, Military forces often implement strategies such as masking noise, using above-ground distractions like artillery fire, construction projects, or other noise-generating activities to cover the sounds of tunneling. Diversionary tunnels, creating multiple false tunnels to mislead defenders and force them to expend resources investigating the wrong locations. Deep tunneling, digging far below the surface beyond the range of standard detection equipment, making it more difficult for the enemy to identify the operation. One of the most well-known examples of tunnel invasions in modern times is North Korea's extensive network of underground passages leading into South Korea. Since the Korean War, North Korea has constructed multiple tunnels beneath the Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, with some large enough to transport thousands of soldiers per hour. These tunnels were intended to facilitate a rapid invasion of South Korea, bypassing fortified border defenses. Though several tunnels have been discovered, it is suspected that more remain undetected. In the Middle East, Hamas has utilized underground tunnels to infiltrate Israeli territory from the Gaza Strip. These tunnels, often reinforced with concrete and equipped with ventilation systems, have been used for smuggling weapons, launching surprise attacks, and abducting enemy soldiers. The Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, have employed advanced tunnel detection technologies, including robotic probes and artificial intelligence, to locate and destroy these networks. To defend against tunnel-based invasions, nations have developed various countermeasures, including seismic sensors and ground-penetrating radar. These tools detect underground vibrations and disturbances, alerting defense forces to potential tunneling activity. Flooding or gas injection. Once a tunnel is discovered, defenders may flood it with water or pump in gases to render it unusable. Explosives and collapse techniques. Military forces can plant explosives in or near detected tunnels, causing them to collapse and trapping any invaders inside. Underground barriers. Some countries have begun constructing underground steel or concrete barriers along their borders to prevent tunneling attempts. Israel, for instance, has developed an underground barrier along its Gaza border to thwart Hamas tunnel activities. While tunnel-based invasions provide strategic advantages, they also pose ethical dilemmas and legal considerations. International law prohibits acts of war that violate sovereign borders without formal declaration, and covert tunneling operations often fall into gray areas of legality. The use of tunnels by terrorist organizations and insurgent groups further complicates the issue, as civilian populations often become collateral damage in tunnel warfare. Moreover, tunnel invasions raise concerns about escalation. If one nation is found to be digging an invasion tunnel, it could trigger preemptive military strikes, leading to full-scale war. The mere suspicion of tunneling activities has, in some cases, led to border conflicts and heightened tensions between rival nations. The use of tunnels as a means of invasion is a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of military strategy. From ancient sappers undermining castle walls to modern high-tech underground networks, tunnels have played a crucial role in warfare. While advancements in surveillance and countermeasures have made tunnel invasions more challenging, they remain a viable strategy for nations and non-state actors seeking to bypass conventional defenses. As technology continues to evolve, so too will the art of underground warfare, ensuring that tunnel-based invasions remain a critical aspect of military tactics in the 21st century and beyond.